Hi everyone, Simon here. No hammock today. We're on to the love story. Thai Evil Witch, Part 8. It's 41 degrees outside and there's no quiet shady bit, so busy weekend ahead. It's going to have to be from here today. We left it. Joy had got away with selling the child. Errol, she'd beaten him. He'd given up. She threatened him with divorce. He caved in. She wanted to upgrade the car. In the end, she took 10 grand cash off him, or bank transfer, for a supposed online business. She had him wrapped round her finger. Got away with the kid. Now, she'd been selling that silver, bits and pieces online, doing well, but she hadn't got much left. She'd been talking to the tribe again, the older Thai women in the cafe, the same place Jib goes to, about the divorce and how to get rid of, to get the most out of his estate. And they've sort of indicated could take over a year, and that she's got the child. She'll get a house if she can force the sale, that he has no cash left, and force the sale. He'd have to sell the house and then she'd get half. She'd get half of the whole estate anyway. But if she left him with not enough money to buy her out, he would have to sell the house. So she's starting to think about this. In the meantime, she talks about the silver jewellery to the ladies of the tribe, and one of them says that they know that make, I won't say the name, but that light blue turquoise box silver, that's a replica. And they've got a contact in Bangkok. They've also got a girl coming back who's over there, who wants to make some money to cover her airline maybe costs, or partially. So Joy says to them, if I get about 2 suitcases of silver, replica silver, as in the little boxes, fill 2 suitcases, and these tribe are saying about 250 baht for each item in a box. That's about what? £6, about $8, and she could fit quite a few in those 2 suitcases. And they would cut in the girl to collect it and bring it back. So they're looking at about £3,000 for the deal, to fill 2 suitcases, pay the girl, get the girl over with it, save Joy having to go to Thailand. Joy agrees, she's absolutely fine. They order it, all sorted, and about 3 weeks later, girl turns up, cafe. Joy brings in a couple of suitcases. They fill it with the silver products. The girl had come through a minor airport, I think it was Manchester. There was no customs at like 5 in the morning. She'd just sailed through all this counterfeit products, and this is about 16, 17, 18 years ago, so less customs those days. Totally illegal. She hands over 3 grand. The ladies made some money, the girl made some money. Easy deal. Threw the back suitcase in her car and off she went home. Now the ladies said that there was a big Thai festival in London coming up in about 2 weeks. Now I don't know if it was a Songkran festival or a food festival, but it was at one of the major big parks, recreational areas. Huge Thai festival, music there, bands, people from Thailand that come over singing, famous singers and things. A lot of people selling food, but you could get a stall, a marquee. You could bring a big marquee tent, 3 metre by 3 metre, put a couple of tables up, but it was a couple of £100. And it was a 3-day event, but it's best just to try one day, half day. And Joy says, this sounds great, I could go and just sell my silver there. She talks to her other girlfriend who does the clothes and the retro clothes, and she says she'd love to go there and sell. So they buy half a pitch each for one day. It's about £100 each. And Joy said, we're going my car, and well, I've got the tent thing, and this other girl got tables, and they'll just chuck everything in the car and go up. Back at home with Errol, he's still just caved in. He's not mentioned the baby, he's not pushing Joey for anything. She tells him she's going off to London for the day to do a Thai festival, and he's like, yeah, I'm off train spotting. Now at this point, this is the start of Joy turning evil. In my opinion, this is the point where, yeah, she starts showing her colours. They go up there, drive up, festival. The other girl, Joy's friends, sells loads of clothes. More than 70% of her clothes in half a day. She's over the moon. Now Joy, she's selling this boxes of jewellery for £100 each item. And they've cost, what, $10? She's got loads of them. £100 an item. And she sells, well, by just after lunch, she had £10,000 cash in her hand. You know, 100 pieces she sold. She was still selling. But then someone came back that had gone home, realised it was not real, come back and asked for the money back. She was fine. She said, oh, I'm fine, money back. Now she at that point knew. She looks at her money. £100 a box, 10 boxes, grand. 100 boxes she sold, 10,000 upwards. Her friend's happy. Get out, it's time to go. She says to her friend, look, we've done great money, let's go home. It's got a 3-hour drive to get home. Let's call it a day. They packed up. Car gone. Joy knew that someone could tell that they were replica. She's turned her £3,000 purchase into about 11 grand in half a day. But she's thinking, it's not right. I could get caught at this, could muck up my citizenship application. I need to do legitimate, real precious metals, gold, silver, platinum. She makes that decision. She knew the risk she'd just taken. She got away with it. She was smart enough to know, get out. She still had 1.5 suitcases full of this silver stuff. And she made her money already. She hadn't told her friend what she'd paid, but her friend had sold about 80% of her clothes in one day. She was over the moon. She had good money. The journey home, Joy says to her friend, that was good, but I don't like selling this stuff. I'm going to offload it. And her friend went, you made all that money today. I could sell that stuff locally on car boot sales in the UK. In America you call garage sales, where you're selling all your old junk outside your house. In the UK you put your junk in the back of your car, in the boot, the back. You go to a field where there's a market, you open your boot and you sell out on the floor. Sell your stuff on the floor. Call it car boot sales. So there's markets, car boots, all mixed in together. And this other girl sells her clothes at a weekend on these market car boot sales. She says to Joy, I could sell that stuff at the markets I do, and I can make some great money. And Joy says, okay, I'll sell you. There's 1.5 cases full of it, £2,000. And you sell it for 100, but you'll make loads of money. And her friend just went, yeah, I'll do it. She didn't have £2,000 there and then, but she said, yes, I'll do it. Over the next few days, she came with the money, met Joy somewhere. Joy gave her all the stuff in boxes, and she paid her the £2,000. So Joy had made 13 grand, cost her 3 grand. She made another 10 grand profit. What is it with her and 10 grand? Offloaded it. Now, over the next 2 weeks, her friend market weekends, Saturday or Sunday, mainly Sundays. She went to one, selling her clothes, selling this. She wasn't selling a lot because people didn't tend to go there with big money. But she did. She sold 3 or 4, maybe 5 pieces. And the next week, maybe 4 or 5 again. Third week, maybe a bit more, 6 or 7. And at that point, someone had bought one off her, gone home, realised. And instead of going back for their money there and then, they picked the phone up and they rang. In the UK, it's trading standards. There's customs and excise trading standards. These are people who go around those shops, markets, the streets, trying to catch anyone who's selling anything that's replica, counterfeit, stolen, any dodgy goods. And this girl had rung them and told them where she bought what, where from. And they said to her, well, don't go back today. And they're obviously on the phone on a Sunday. Go back next week. We'll liaise with you and we'll go and look at the store. That's not good. Joy, in the meantime, she's just plodding on. She gets the kid, goes off to a couple of hours school in the morning, then another girl, she pays her, take care of the kid in the daytime when Errol's not around. He tends to be working nights at the moment and he sleeps in the day. When he works days, he'll have the kid in the evening. She just hardly gets involved with this kid she's got. She's talking to the tribe a lot. She's trying to figure out where the money is, what's going on. The tribe, these older Thai women, they're day trading online with currencies, with gold, silver. But they do tell Joy that they go over to Belgium, Germany, Switzerland, France, around Europe, and they quite often go over for weekends and they're buying and selling stuff from over there and selling it in the UK and vice versa, including cigarettes, jewellery, clothes, chocolates, all sorts, any way they can turn money and get a free weekend abroad. They go across maybe once a month, and Joy's very interested in this. Day trading, she's not got that yet. But the gold, she starts asking, where do you get all your gold and silver? And they explain, those markets and car boots, people are flogging their stuff. They don't know what they've got. You can buy a bargain. Any Thai girl in the towns and cities nearby, come with their gold to these ladies. They buy it off them, knock down price a bit, and they trade it. Also, all those charity shops around the UK, people pass away or just give them all this stuff. Quite often there's jewellery. They market. 15 odd years ago, they didn't really know what they had, so you could get a bargain. And they mentioned charity shops again, and Joy had already looked at all these shops. And she starts thinking, gold. She starts investigating prices, where she can find the day price, how much weight, and all this stuff. She even buys herself one of those mini scales. Starts scouring the shops. Back to the market. It was the 3rd, 4th week. Her mate had gone. Up she sets everything up, starts selling, sells a couple. Along comes that woman. Refund. Her trading standards, customs, had stepped back. Let her get her money back first. This girl said sorry and gave money back. Off they went. 5 minutes later, in came the customs trading standards. Checked the stuff. Yep, it's counterfeit. Police were called and they arrested her. Packed up her stuff, put the normal stuff in her car, locked her car up, took all the dodgy stuff, the jewellery, and asked her if that's all she had. She had only taken so much with her to the market, so at home there was a load more. Got all her details, where she lived, and asked her if she had any more, and that she should tell them the truth, because if she lies at this point it could get costly. And she lies. I've got no more. They arrest her. They get on the phone to the court or whatever and get a warrant to search her property. They take her car, her, to her property, and her husband's there. Turn up, tell him, in they come, warrant, we're searching the property. Told him to sit down, told her to sit down, went through the house. Sure enough, boxes more of this silver. And they told her at this point, you're arrested. We gave you the chance to tell us if you had more and you didn't. Therefore, we're not going to give you a warning and let you off. We're going to seize all these goods and we're going to proceed to court. So they unarrest her, charge her with whatever it is, and take jewellery away and said you'll be hearing from the court. Her husband is going bonkers. Where did you get that from? And she said, got it off Joy. You knew it was copy? Yes, but it was cheap. You've sold it and you've got done. We're going to get done now because you're stupid. Anyway, they had an argument. He's livid. Now, before the police went and everything, they did ask her, did you import this yourself or did you buy it off someone else? And she did cave in and give them Joy's name, full name, but she didn't give them their address. They went. Just jumping forward a moment, 3 weeks later, letter comes, court date, she gets taken to court, she gets a £5,000 fine for this. The husband, before, had not gone off to Joy's house. The police had warned, we're going to check this woman out. Off they'd gone. They turned up at Joy's, they found her address, they turned up at the house and they'd got a warrant. To the door, Joy answered, Errol wasn't there, she had her baby there. And they told her who they were and had she sold counterfeit goods to this other girl. She said, I know the girl, but no, I haven't. Ha! I haven't sold them to that girl. They show her a warrant, which means they can search her house. She doesn't understand it, rings her husband, who's at work. Tells him what's happened, the police talk to him. He says, let them look, I'll come home. And in they go, search the house. Not one piece in the house, nothing, no counterfeit goods. Errol turns up, asks him what it's all about. Police say, you've got nothing. Did you sell the goods to that girl? No, I didn't. Statement, sign. And they left, apologised. Errol is like, what was all this about? She goes, I was just another Thai girl says I sold her something and I didn't, and it was just a load of rubbish. Errol's like, okay, no problem. And off he goes back to work. Then that 3 weeks later, court case, the other girl, £5,000 fine. Her hubby is going ballistic. We'll leave it there for now. What can he do? He's got a £5,000 fine caused by the evil witch. Catch you on the next one. Bye for now.